Father Russell here again with Faith in Action, and welcome to our first episode in the year 2021. I am here in Apopka with Deacon Liz once again, and we are here at the Hope Community Center. And I'm here with Laura Pichardo Cruz. She's the executive director, and she's going to share with us about Hope Community Center, which All Saints has been supporting for years and years. And so just wanted to introduce you to this wonderful, worthwhile ministry that you all have helped support throughout these years. So, Laura, in a nutshell, what is it that we do, that you all do here at Hope Community Center?
Well, first off, hi, thank you so much and welcome. We have Hope Community Center actually turns 50 this year.
Okay.
We have been for 50 years working in the community, primarily with immigrants and with working class folks here in Apopka. We have about 5 different programs. We have a pretty large immigration program that provides legal services and a very robust citizenship program for folks to naturalize. We do advocacy, civic engagement. We every year we provide scholarships to young students who are the first in their family to attend college. We have very robust, which in non-COVID times are very well attended, very highly attended youth groups, parenting classes. We have a very successful what is called a service learning program, and we consider ourselves a service learning organization.
Sure.
And for over 2 decades, we've been hosting college and university students from all across the nation.
Okay.
And they come and they live and work with immigrant families here in Apopka.
Oh, really?
And we consider that, part and parcel core of advocacy is having that, exposing young people to the truth and the complexity of the immigrant experience rather than just what they hear, what they see. So those are kind of in a nutshell, as you say, our programs. What we strive for is to really provide our services almost like embrace folks when they come in, in a sense. And we try to provide holistic services for vulnerable folks. We have over time, I think, organically grown to be primarily an immigrant serving organization. But I think that we've seen this past year, because of COVID, we've seen that our resources are needed in different capacities. So for example, we're not normally an organization that provides food. That's not something we normally do. But we had, through a partnership with Second Harvest and through some generosity from other organizations like Hispanic Federation, we were able to provide a food distribution program twice a week here, and then we have a building in South Apopka. And that was a huge benefit to the community, many of whom lost jobs and employment because of the virus. We were able, we've done some housing work. We don't normally do housing work, but we've done Know Your Rights with folks who are maybe who are being threatened with eviction so they can understand their rights. So we've really had to switch up not only the way that we provide our existing programs, so we've gone virtual, all of that, which we're all kind of used to by now.
Right.
But we've also had to substantively change it up a bit so we can meet the needs of the community.
Sure. Yeah, and it sounds like at the church and everyone else, we've had to pivot with the pandemic. And I'll just share this real quick. My sister-in-law is from South Korea, and I watched her go through the immigration process, and it's unbelievably difficult. And it takes years and years, and so I never appreciated how hard the whole process is to become a naturalized citizen in the States, and getting to get a green card and all that was just it's a lot of work. So I'm really thankful that you're here to help with all of that. How is it that people can help? What's the best way for All Saints and just people in general to help? And what are needs? What are the big needs you have right now?
I think if I could say 2 huge needs, we always need volunteers. So we need folks who have certain skills they want to share with the community. If you're teachers, we have ESOL classes, we always need volunteers there. We have tutoring, we always need volunteers there. Our citizenship program that has helped naturalize hundreds of folks in the last 6-7 years. We need folks to teach civics, to teach a language, and all our programs really could use volunteers. So if you have skills, you want to share them, and you want to spend some time, we could always use that. And then, of course, monetary donations.
Sure.
Those are always going to be welcome. We're a nonprofit. We have limited resources, and as I just said, our needs are growing.
Right.
Because of, as a nonprofit, it's always a reality that you have to do more with less. With COVID, that became all the more
Exasperated,
reality.
yes.
Yeah.
All right, and then I love the mural here, and it was three sisters that began this, right? Back in.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, and you could actually see them, Sister Ann Kendrick, Sister Kathy Gorman, who has she's since passed away, and then Sister Gail Grimes.
That's awesome.
They started, like I said, 50 years ago, 1971. Until 2007, this was called the Farm Worker Ministry, and it really began. It spent the first few decades primarily working with the farm worker community.
Right.
And still, many of the folks that we serve are still. But as Apopka, Central Florida has changed, so have we. So we've kind of tried to.
Sure.
The community has changed quite a bit. But yeah, you can see so much of what we've worked on.
Right.
Nonviolent action and justice, immigration, education, which is the core of what we do here. We try to make sure that folks are educated. Yeah.
That's
so
wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and the thing I love about this too is it was the three sisters that came here in the 70s and they saw a need and they started this. And here we are almost 50 years later, and this dream, this need that they saw, God's put something planted in their hearts to serve people who needed to be served. They probably people who've been marginalized and people were not aware of and the needs weren't aware of. These sisters, they started this, and now we have people like Lauda and all the volunteers helping out with this. So All Saints, I wanted to say once again to you, thank you. Thank you for helping us to be able to help people outside our church walls, to help communities that many of us probably have not been aware of. And Lord, I want to thank you for meeting with us today and for all the work.
Thanks for coming, and thanks to you all.
Thank you
for supporting us.
All right, well, God bless, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.